Hey T-Bolts, it's Mr. Daly from the College and Career Center. This is my presentation, Your Future is Around the Corner. So, if the school closure COVID situation did not happen, I would have been coming to your advisories back in March or April, depending on the class. Obviously, with the current situation, we are not able to be in school, and I miss you and hope to see you all soon. But I wanted to offer this presentation in a video format. And I truly thank your teachers for being so flexible. I know that they took time out of their schedules to schedule these meetings. So happy that I can offer this, even in this virtual setting that we currently find ourselves. Um, this is a presentation I developed because one of the teachers of a junior advisory said he would really love for the juniors to start to know kind of who I am, what I can do to help them heading into their senior year. And I thought it was brilliant and it went over really well. So this is a presentation I've developed. I think the junior year is one of the most important years. You do so much junior year and you are so close to being a senior when it becomes real. So I hope that you find a lot of the information that we're going to go over today to be beneficial and informative so that hopefully you can use bits and pieces of this presentation as you start to plan for your future. So let's go ahead and first talk about what are some things you should focus on. So I always say that I think any sort of future planning starts with career. So career is really what we're all seeking, right? We're all seeking what job am I going to end up doing as I grow up? And I know it can be a lot to ask a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? That's a big, big question. But if you put some thought into this, if you put some research into this, if you put some self-reflection into this, if you find out your career path, I think there are fewer, more satisfying feelings than knowing your true calling in life. And even when it comes to college planning, yes, colleges offer undecided majors. Yes, they offer exploration programs. Yes, you can change your major tons of times, but those are not necessarily things we should strive for. Those are things that could happen, but we should strive for you knowing your path, you knowing what you might want to do. So I would challenge you to start thinking about these things and, think about what am I interested in? Okay? If you don't see yourself interested in a certain subject or interested in a certain problem that you want to solve, that the world wants to solve, then that's probably not a good career choice for you. I always say, and it's a quote, I didn't make up the quote, but there's a difference between the words job and the words career. I don't know if for anyone else, but I feel like the word job and the word career sound very differently, besides being two different words. The job is something that we go to every day. We don't enjoy it. We can't wait for it to be over. The career is something that we live and breathe every day. Something that an area, a career of focus is something that we love to go to every day, that keeps us going, that keeps us interested. So I would challenge you to think about what am I interested in? What have I done? And what careers could that lead me to? I would also challenge you to think about what you're good at. So again, if you're like me, I love doing things that I'm good at. I love doing things that I feel like use skills that I have. So it's the same thing for career. It's okay to have areas of growth. It's okay to not be great at every subject. It's okay to struggle in certain areas. But what I would challenge you to do is be self reflective. what am I good at, and what careers might align with some of those skills. So that's much of the career path. And if you ever have questions, there are career assessments online. You can always talk to your counselor or myself about careers. Career Day is an amazing day, and I really hope that you've taken advantage of that and continue to heading into next year. That's a really great opportunity that Andrew specifically offers. College exploration. So that's another thing you should focus on. So, you're not applying to school today or tomorrow or even next week. You're applying in the fall. Most applications come out August 1st, or some even come out after that. So you don't need to be worrying about applying. You don't need to be worrying about turning documents in. I think what you need to think about right now is, what schools am I even interested in? What schools might I apply to? What schools am I definitely not interested in? There are thousands of colleges out there, and I know it can seem very intimidating, but you can think about, what do I want out of a college? I always tell students, think of your dream college. What does that college look like? What does it have to offer? And then go from there. Now, college exploration doesn't just mean that you are looking up colleges on the internet. It also means going to the college to visit, maybe going to a college fair. There's the college fair in Chicago in the fall, I believe usually in October. It can mean coming to the meetings. So colleges come to Andrew in the fall. We had 96 colleges come to Andrew in the fall to meet with students. And some juniors actually attended those, which was awesome. But you will definitely want to attend those as seniors, because those admissions reps are super helpful and good to know. And they know everything about their school and everything about their application. So that's a time for you to really feel if you want to apply to that school and to get any questions you have answered. So definitely start to think about that. Then, step 3. So there are ways to prepare for the application cycle. So no, like I said, you're not applying today or tomorrow or next week, but there are things that you can do to prepare ahead of time. And let me tell you, if you ask any senior, they will tell you senior year flies by. If you can get anything done ahead of time, highly, highly recommended. Now, what are some things you can get done ahead of time? Well, letters of recommendation. You might need letters of recommendation for your colleges. Okay? Now, how do you get those? You can get those from your teacher, from your counselor, but you need to fill out the letter of recommendation form. How do you get that form? Well, normally, you could come to the College and Career Center. For the time being, if you want it, you can email me, and I'll put my contact info up at the end of this presentation. Again, I've already had some juniors asking about this. That's a good sign, okay? You want to give your teachers enough time to write these letters. They write lots and lots of letters every year. You want to give them at least 10 days, which means 2 weeks, because there's 5 school days in a week. But hey, if you can give the letter of rec forms to your teachers before summer, they then know about it. But we don't want any surprises when it comes to letters of rec. Your college essays, that's something you can write over the summer. If you've heard of the Common Application, the Common Application is a specific college application where you can apply to more than one college through one application. Common Apps essays for next year are already out, so you can already write your essay for the Common App, even without the application being open. Other things, look to see what they require. Do you need an application fee? Are you an art student? Do you need a portfolio? Do you need 4 years of a foreign language? Do you need 4 years of math? Do you need 3 years? Look at their class requirements too. So those are ways that we can kind of look at those admissions guidelines. And then also, focus on your classes. Again, junior year is super important. And so I would stress to you that even in this virtual setting, keep putting in the hard work. I have seen some great attendance percentages with the e-learning and the remote learning. Keep doing that. It's really, really awesome, and it'll pay off in the long run. So the College and Career Center is a great place. It's where I work, and you can use it for many different reasons. One, you can come in for one-on-one assistance. So I meet with students one-on-one all the time to do college planning, career planning. Oh my God, I've done it all. Mock interviewing, essay assistance, setting up a college visit, you name it. And I probably met with a student about it. Also, I offer a ton of enrichments, and I've been offering enrichments for juniors. I had some planned for the rest of the year. Obviously, as we hopefully return, I will be adding those, but otherwise for the time being, I've turned some to be virtual. But as a senior, definitely keep an eye out in the fall for enrichments. I'll be doing a lot of helpful ones. It's also just a workspace area, so I have some students who come in during their study hall or during lunch, or if they have permission from a teacher, they can come down. But you can also just use my area as a workspace. So sometimes students are like, I don't necessarily need to meet with you, but I'm working on this application and would love to have you nearby in case I have any issues. And then also we're an information station. So we have books, pamphlets, handouts, college representative brochures, college guides, tons of stuff. So if you're looking for information, if you're like, hey, I want to know more about financial aid. Okay, well, I have handouts about that I can give to you. Other things to consider. So you've already selected your classes, but just make sure that your classes align with what your school is looking for. So again, I had a student this year who, there was kind of an unexpected surprise of she needed 4 years of a foreign language for the nursing program. You're probably wondering why. Well, that's because they want you to have your foreign language requirement fulfilled so that you have more room for nursing classes. But she had to kind of adjust her schedule to account for that. So just make sure that your classes line up with what you need. And then what have you done to determine career path? Again, thinking about some of those questions, really, really helpful. And then lastly, do you have questions? Good. That's normal. None of you have ever been to college before. So it's good that you have questions. But here's the thing. Questions are only useful if you ask them. So asking is important. So contact myself, your counselor, college admissions staff, ask your parents, ask, sometimes teachers can answer questions about like their college pathway, and if they went to ISU, maybe they can answer a question about ISU. So feel free to use everyone that you have at your disposal. How do you make an appointment with me? Well, you can email me or stop by the guidance front desk when we are back in school. And then I would really recommend following me on Twitter. I'm not just saying that because I want to boost my following count, but I post a lot of good stuff to Twitter, a lot of good updates, and let's be honest, most of you are probably on there anyways, so might as well get those college updates directly to you. And lastly, I just like to leave you with this. I hope that this has been helpful. I really want you to take a lot of this to heart. I hope that you really start to explore, start to think about college. Your counselors will be sending a junior check-in form to your email shortly. Please fill that out. And as always, contact us in the guidance department if you have any questions. We want you to be informed. I fully believe that informed students make informed decisions.